and in this, when we use the between clause or the not between clause, we also have to use the and keyword, which I'll talk about in a sec. So where ID is between, you don't have to put an is for this one, by the way, you can just put between right next to it. Where ID is between 1 and then we have to type the keyword and, okay? You can type the keyword or you can use the double ampersand, actually it doesn't matter. Just because it's easier to read, I'm going to use the letters, where ID is between 1 and 3, okay? And if I run this query, we should get results 1 to 3, and there we go. And it's, if we put not, where ID is not between 1 and 3, then we get the result 4, of course. Now we have the in keyword, where, so where ID in, for instance, oh, this is hard to demonstrate, because it kind of has to be done in PHP. Let me see if I have an example here quickly. Oh, okay, we can actually create a little thing ourselves. We can create a little list between parentheses. So where ID is in 2, 5, 4, 6, 7. So based on this list, we only have IDs 1 through 4, and the only numbers in this list that are also IDs in our table are 2 and 4. So it should retrieve the 2 and 4 results. And there we go. It gets the 2 and 4. Now, just so you know, you can also, because not is this not keyword just negates whatever's after it, you can use and you can say not in. Okay, so where ID is not in this, so that should get the 1 and 3 results. And there we go, 1 and 3. And now finally we just need to cover some logical operators, which are the or, and we've already covered the and, but I'll just cover it in another case. And finally the not, which we kind of covered already as well, but I'll again cover it. So the and one, or the or one, could be where ID equals 1, or, and just so you know, for or you can substitute the double pipe. I just prefer, again, the text, because it's easier to read. So where ID equals 1, or ID equals 4, okay? An easier way to do this, and a quicker way to do this, would be to say where ID in 1, 4, wouldn't it? Because that's less typing, and it does exactly the same thing. But I'm just doing it this way to demonstrate the use of the or, okay? So that should get results 1 and 4, and there we go, okay? Now the and keyword, we'd use something like this, where last name equals Fenton. So at the moment that's going to retrieve 2 results, isn't it? Because we have 2 records with the last name of Fenton. What if we only want 1? Well, we could then say and ID is less than 3. Okay? And because the 4th result has the name Fenton, the last name Fenton, but 1, 2, and 3 only have 1 record with the last name Fenton, that should only get us 1 result. And there we go, we only get 1 result. And finally, the not, so we could have something like where ID is ID not. No, okay, actually that's a bad example because you just use not equal to 5 or something as opposed to not 5. But I think you can. Does that work? I'm not entirely sure if this will work actually. No, okay, it doesn't work. Well, we've seen examples of using not anyway, actually. We have the is null, and to negate that, we just put is not null. We have between, and then to negate that, you just put the not before it, so it's not between. We have, and finally we have in, and if you want to negate it, you just put the not to negate it, so it's not in. And those are all the conditionals that we need to know. So that's it for this tutorial, guys. Over and out.